Should be on.
Should pop up in just a second.
Second.
Just trying to see if we're on. Let me try it on my phone. Here we go. All right. Shalom. First and foremost, we like to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening and learning, and to the Bayasha Debadah, the house of David. This is Men of Valor, Las Vegas camp, coming to you through the will and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right. We have a lesson for you today. Slakia, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. And the entitlement of this lesson,
The place of a woman.
all right, the place of a woman. All right, but without further ado, hey, let's go ahead and get into these scripts and let Yahweh Shem Shai, guide us. The spirit.
First Peter 3, starting at 5. For after this manner in the old time, the holy women also who trusted in the power, adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands.
So a woman, all right, is supposed to be in subjection to her own husband. Okay, this is Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is about order. All right, so the order is for a woman to fall in line underneath her husband, her Lord. All right.
Statement, says that for in the manner of the old time holy women, who trusted in the Most High, adoring themselves, being in that subjection. All right, so they took pride, following the lead of a man.
Right.
All right.
That's lucky because that it's ordained. All right. That's why there's so much pride in the position of being in your lot, whether it be a man or a woman. But for this case, this is the woman. All right. Being in your lot is order. And Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai deals with order and order alone. Okay. He doesn't deal with anything that's out of order. Everything must be done in decency and order at all times.
6. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement. 7. Likewise, ye husbands dwell with their according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife, as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hardened. Hindered.
Right. So here it is that Yahweh Shai, all right, gave you this very thing that is precious. All right. You first, hey, you have to be subject unto your husband. Can you read the
starting at 7? Yeah. Okay. Starting again at 7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwelling with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life.
So you gave honor to her as the weaker vessel, but given together as the grace of life. All right. This is a pleasure to Yahweh Shai, for you to be in order and give you honor as the weaker vessel, because you need to be led. Okay. It is for you to be led by your husband. All right. And if you have a man of Yahweh Shai, he's going to do the right thing to lead you and your family into the right path. Because Yahweh Shai is about order. There's nothing that is going to hinder that relationship. All right.
Genesis chapter 18 and verse 12. It says, therefore Sarah laughed within herself, saying, after I am waxed old, shall I have pleasure, my Lord being old also.
All right, so Sarah, this is the account where Abraham, all right, and Sarah, where Sarah begot Isaac, all right, where she was first going to be impregnated, and she was told, she was visited, if you can receive it, by Yahweh Shai. All right, saying that I will be here and come unto you at the time of life. All right, and that I will be your son. All right, and here it is that she had laughed because what is she? She is the weaker vessel. She had lacked the faith. All right, she lacked the faith to believe on the account as you continue to read it.
Background, a little bit of background. Sarah was barren,
Oh.
and at the time Abraham already had a son. He had Ishmael with what's her name,
Hagar. And she, Salakia, I believe she was 80. She was 80, and he was 90, right. 96 or something. Roughly.
So the angel, which we know as Yahweh Shai, we'll get that next precept, in the next verse. But it was she was like she couldn't believe it,
Right. Hey, that's that weaker vessel. She did not have the faith to understand.
You're gonna tell me you're gonna do this now?
Right. At this age, right?
Given a woman really wouldn't want that.
Right. She
came to terms with not having no kids, and then she got comfortable in her own, thoughts.
In her own thoughts and her own ways, believing that she knew what was best. Essentially.
She knew what was possible.
And what was possible.
And nothing is possible with the Most High.
All things are possible.
Right, so Genesis 18:14 says, is anything too hard for the Lord?
Hey,
Yahweh. Okay.
Is anything. What is too hard for Yahweh? By Hashem Yahweh Shai. Nothing. All right, here it is. He is the master of the universe. All right, and that's no He-Man stuff. All right, but he controls all. He made all. So there is nothing that he can't do or nothing that he won't do that he doesn't want or that he wants to do.
And from the beginning, this is another prophecy that had to take place.
God, that's really like it.
It says, at the time appointed, I will return unto thee according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son.
Right, at the time appointed. So that goes to show that everything has a season. All right, and it was appointed at the time that he will return unto her unto the womb. All right, so it could be manifest, so prophecy could be fulfilled of Isaac being born, as it was clearly said. Now this is the faith. She laughed within herself, not having the faith. But once again, nothing's too hard for Yahweh Yahweh Shai. All right, all things are possible. 15.
Verse 15, it says, then Sarah denied, saying, I laughed not, for she was afraid. And she said, nay, but thou didst laugh.
Right, and that was that lack of faith that she had. She laughed and then she lied. All right? She laughed and then she lied because she was scared. All right, to own up to what she had the weak nature that she had thought. All right, but she is nevertheless the weaker vessel. All right, so was she wrong? Yes. All right, but did she get chastised for it? No. Yahweh Shai winked at her ignorance. All right, for putting limitations on Yahweh.
This is going to be definitely, or the Hebrew word for thou didst laugh. And so I'll just play this. So it's a hatch in there. In the Strong's definition, it says to laugh outright, or scorn. By implication, to sport, laugh, mock, play, make sport. Okay, so she was mocking the Most High.
Right. And she took it as a joke. All right. She surely thought this couldn't be. All right. Because of her lack of faith, putting limitations on the Most High. All right. And his only begotten Son. Because of what she knows what she feels that she knows is natural. Okay.
Let's go on to the word of
Yeah, I thought you had another word.
yeah, for denied. Okay, it's I'll just let it play. So it's the Hebrew word kahash. All right, it says to deceive, lie, fail, grow lean, be disappointing, be untrue, be insufficient, be found liars. All right, dissemble, deal falsely. All right, going into the Strong, so it says to be untrue in word, to lie, feign, disown, or deed, to disappoint, fail, cringe, deceive, deny, dissemble, fail, deal falsely, be found liars, and it says lying, submit selves.
And that everything that's said right there there's no need to say anything else, right? Because all those words stand out, right? They stand out. When you read that script, you can place any word right there in that scripture, and that's exactly what Sarah did. All right? She tried to deceive. Hey.
But as she was defending, she was submitting herself to that. Oh, you're right.
Right.
She had to, even though she,
had to humble herself.
Because she was condemned.
Yeah.
Yahushua really pretty much condemned her right there.
But you did. It's like that's verse 16, right? Where it says, but you did laugh. It's like it.
No, it's 15.
15.
Nay, but thou didst laugh. Like, you say you did laugh.
All right, so you can't lie to me. You can lie to yourself, right, but you can't lie to me. All right.
Now you laugh. I know. Job 2 and starting at 7, right?
Yeah, Job 2 and 7.
Yeah. It's Job 2 and 7. So went Satan forth from the prison of Yahweh, and smote Job with his sword burrows from the sole of his feet unto his crown. 8. And he took him a posture? Oh, they just broke it here. To scrape himself withal, and he sat down among the ashes.
All right, so here it is. Job was suffering infirmities. All right, as you read back in the chapter, he was suffering these infirmities because there was a bet between Satan and the Most High. All right, to afflict his servant Job. Okay, but speeding up through to this point through the bet, what happened is Satan was allowed to afflict Job. All right, he could do everything but kill him. All right, he could do everything but kill him. Okay, go ahead and continue.
9. Then said his wife unto him, doesn't thou still retain thy integrity?
So his wife, which this is the point, his wife said, does thou still contain thy integrity? All right, because can you go on that word integrity for me?
She said
Retain.
Yes.
She questioned her own man's, integrity and really his
moral code.
Yeah. Hebrew word tamah, all right, and it just says integrity. Doesn't have nothing. I'll go into the root word tom, says integrity, completeness, fullness, um, innocence, simplicity. It says strong prosperity, usually morally innocent, full integrity, perfection, simplicity, uprightness.
She's questioning his moral,
his uprightness,
his uprightness, his fiber, his code of conduct, his moral fiber. This is the woman that he loves. This is his wife. All right. This is a woman that he has had children with.
Google definition that is as the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness.
And the principle, the moral uprightness, the principle. What does Jake always say? Hey, it's the principle. It's the principle, right? It's the principle of the matter. Okay.
And that's the thing that Job had. He understood, the affliction, from the Most High. All right, and he knew the outcome of it. He had that understanding and the will, to be a faithful servant.
Oh. Hey, as we all should be. All right, but go ahead and continue to read on that.
Curse the power and die. But he
Start
sorry,
along.
This is Job 2:9. Then said his wife unto him, Doesn't thou still retain thou integrity? Curse the power and die. But he said unto her, Thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh.
So Job rebuked her, all right, because here it is. This is supposed to be the woman that he loves and everything, all right? Then she's questioned his moral fiber, his character, his code of conduct, all right? And said, go ahead and curse the Most High and die. She said, you can go ahead and die now, all right? There's no faith in her, all right?
Like, you see the ways that she's taking and everything. See, a lot of people would rather die.
Right.
Being that, what does it say though? The scriptures in Sirach 2 and around like the 4th verse, take whatever so cheerfully when thou art changed to a low estate.
God. This is that Bruno Mars and song, This Bitch, right? Because this is exactly yes, smoke out the windows, smoking out the window. Oh my God, this is that same exact spirit in essence.
Right here, Joe's wife, like,
you can die now.
You might as well just die. There's nothing beneficial coming out of your life.
Right. Hey, so at least I'll get everything, or your children get everything.
It hurts more for me to watch you like this, being in a low state. A lot of women today, they ain't gonna stick around for that.
Hey, but
there's a few solid ones, but hey, it's a rare commodity.
God. Hey, in comparison to the script, what the script says, she wasn't going to stick around. She just wanted him to die. It wasn't so much that she was hurt by him. She said, curse the Most High and die. All right? So she was speaking blasphemy unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Just die already. Like, you ain't no good no more. I don't need you anymore. All right? And that's pretty much most of these women today.
And most of the women today, gold diggers, and things of that nature. So half the times the man that they with, more than half the times the man that they with, they want to, kick him to the curb,
right?
Divorce him for
divorcement. I need half, baby. Right. Hey. If it applies, let it stick. If it doesn't, let it roll off. All right. Okay.
What?
You wouldn't get offended by it if it applies or if it doesn't apply to you.
Right.
What? Shall we receive good at the hand of the power, and shall we not receive evil? And
shall we receive good and not receive evil? Should we not be in a great case, have an abundance of everything, be able to be prosperous? Right.
God is dealing with me because I got a
500 kids.
I got a mansion and this, really not. You haven't received your reward on this side.
Right. Hey, and if you're not saying that there's not brothers or sisters that, aren't well off, but if you received it, and then go ahead and continue. If you receive that,
In all this did not Job sin with his lips.
all right, if you received good, and then Yahweh Shai brings you to a lower state, are you still going to be that faithful servant?
Because what it says in Sirach, I believe, going back in the book of Sirach, it says that, the Lord can make a man rich and or poor, in an instant.
Right, it's nothing.
There ain't nothing. Have you hit the jackpot? But really, we the salvation is a jackpot.
God, hey, currently, how many people have hit that jackpot and then end up broke?
Right.
They always go broke.
Yeah, when you hear about the super lotto ticket winners and stuff. I actually met a man that hit the lotto. He was a Edomite. He went crazy after that.
It goes to show you.
Some shit, But that's the thing. That money will change you. Right. You can't serve two masters, God remember. But that was Job, hey, through that all, Job
maintained integrity, that moral fiber, that code of conduct, which always was important. Right?
He knew that this affliction was light. And we compare ourselves to Job, where affliction ain't nothing.
This is light work. All right.
But I got the precept. Yeah. This is Isaiah 45:7. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
Oh, so here it is, Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai is telling you, hey, I create light and I create dark. I make evil and I make good. I do all these things. So once again, as Job said, if you have received good, should you not receive bad from the Father as well? So it has to be Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai deals with duality. All right. For man, there's a woman. For dark, there's light. For hot, there's cold. For good, there's bad. All right. It has to be duality. It's always a balance. Okay. Good and evil. All right. Left hand side and right hand side. All right. And Yahweh is the scale. All right. He's
the judge,
Right. Yahweh is that balance that you're putting. When you put that on the scale and you're putting things on the scale and it weighs to one side and to another, he's the adjustment. All right. That's what he accounts for. He's that everything. All right. But it will always be in the favor of the right hand side because it is order and it is judgment and completeness.
Because look how many, are gonna have to, pass away, for the elect to be saved. It's gonna be a mass execution. But that's the thing that wickedness, there comes that repentance for the wicked, or the recompense for the wicked, and then the gloriousness of the salvation is gonna be, just to balance that scale back out.
Right. Hey, and that's unjust weight is an abomination unto Yahweh Shai.
Many more shall perish and be saved.
Sure.
You got Sirach 25?
Oh, Sirach 25.
You got this? No, I got it right here. And you can get Genesis.
I got Genesis there.
This is Sirach 25 and 13. It says, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman.
Hey, give me any plague. Hey, what is that saying? Hell have no fury like a woman scorned.
Yeah, that's it right there.
All right.
That's the lowest time. This is when Job is at his lowest. Besides losing his wife.
God.
Because that might put him even lower than that.
Right.
But he already lost his kids,
Lost his stuff.
Lost his kids, lost his cattle, lost his wealth, and his health,
So
everything.
at this lowest point, his wife, who's supposed to be that pillar of rest, is trying to get him to change his whole morals, man. He's trying to go back on the man that he is.
God.
Right? That's the wickedness of a woman. All right. And then, the only thing that they compare that with was the plague of the mind.
God.
You got to be out your mind to think like that.
And what it is that the wickedness of a woman, when he was at his lowest estate, here it is, once again, like the brother said, the pillar of rest. He was, in a way, counting on her. All right? He was counting on her to be that pillar of rest, that helping hand, that ear.
Right. It doesn't say, she went and put an ointment on his feet and wrapped them with bandages and whatnot.
She set aside and said, you could do it yourself. Right. Why don't you just go ahead and die already? Curse your power and die. All right? That's...
It says, I'm going to drop down to 16. It says, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than keep a house with a wicked woman.
Hey, I'd rather deal with a lion and a dragon. All right? When women are wicked, hell has no fury like a woman scorned. All right? When she's hurt. All right? When she's not in her, when she doesn't get what she wants. All right? When she's not in her queendom, all right, when she's not calling the shots, all right, when it affects what she wants to do, hell have no fury, hell have no scorn. Said it backwards. Thrada. Hell have no fury like a woman scorned. All right, so here it is. Yahweh Shai is giving us fair warning to watch out. All right, even though our women are to be a pillar of rest unto us, all right, they're also still the weaker vessel. And with being the weaker vessel, that makes them more susceptible to demons. It makes them more susceptible to going off. All right, because who did the serpent beget? It was Eve first. All right. Yeah, come on.
Yeah. This is Genesis 19, starting at 15. And when the morning arise, then the angels hesitant Lot. Hasted Lot, saying, arise, take thy wife, and thou 2 daughters which are here, lest thou hast consumed in the iniquity of the city.
Now here it was, the angel, all right, which was Yahweh Shai, said, hey, hurry up. You got to get out of here. It's time to go. All right. You got to get out of here. Why? Because this city is going down. All right. It's going down. It has to happen for the atrocities that this city has committed, such as now. All right. Well, hey, this is worse than Sodom and Gomorrah, roughly paraphrasing scripture. Okay. Go ahead.
And while he leaned, the man laid hold upon his head and upon the hand of his wife and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, and Yahweh being merciful unto him, and they brought him forth and set him without the city.
Set him without the city, took him out of the place. All right, here it is. This was ordained that, hey, you, your wife, and your daughters are going to be delivered. You're going to be delivered to take it out of the way so you don't have to suffer the same fate as this city.
Mercy is
God. So the mercy, you're in the mercy seat right now. But wait a minute.
Window of opportunity is closing.
All right, that window of opportunity is closing. But wait a minute. This is the point of the weaker vessel. Okay? Go ahead.
And it came to pass, when they had brought them forth a bond, that he said, escape for thy life, look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain, escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed.
All right, so here it is. It was given specific direct directions. All right, don't look behind you. Don't turn back. Don't go back. Don't even look back. Continue on that straight and narrow path. Look ahead, look forward to get where you're going and where you need to go. I'm giving you the directions. Follow the directions that are given. And you know, the cool thing is, it wasn't even just a woman that had to follow the directions, right? Lot had to follow the directions, and his wife and his daughters had to follow the directions as well. So everybody had to follow the directions. Goes to show you that somebody is always leading somebody else. You either fall in line and comply, or you deny and you die. Plain and simple. Okay, go ahead.
Jump down to 26.
Yep.
26. But his wife looked back.
It's like in the latter end, because she didn't comply, she denied and was waiting and thought, you know what, I'm gonna miss my crock pot, I'm gonna miss whatever. Here it is. She has the fruits of, you know, the things that women love, her hair and her children. All right, her hair and her children. That should have been enough. All right, she has her glory, and then she has her king, and she has her children. But she wanted her BMW. She wanted her wash and press coat. You know, the big house. She wanted everything.
She was a bad example for her daughter. You know, that's why, you know, her daughters ended up pretty much doing the same thing, going off script, you know, and doing things their own way, and then that's how, you know, Moab and Ammon were brought up. You know, but they went and tried to do things on their own.
Right.
You know, and look how that played out for them.
We know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, all of this is predestinated to happen, to fulfill prophecy. All right. But nevertheless, these are examples of what not to do. All right. This is leaning upon your own understanding. This is you not accepting a direction that is being given. All right. Chiefly for you women. As this topic, as this lesson, and the topic of this lesson. Okay. Go ahead and read it, Salakia.
26. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt.
To this day,
Still stands.
till this day, she still stands, that pillar of salt, for a memorial, for looking back, for leaning upon your own understanding and your own vain lust. You know, I want to look back. I had such a good time. Pillar of salt. Right? You're there. All right. You can keep on looking back now. All right. Because that is there for a memorial to understand you need to comply. All right. Without compliance, there is nothing. Without obedience, there is nothing. To obey is to comply. To be in order is to comply. To deny is to die. Right? Plain and simple. All right.
Is it Ephesians 5?
Yeah,
This is Ephesians 5:22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husband as unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husband. All right. Stop listening to, first and foremost, your girlfriends. All right. Stop listening to those bitches. You know, half of them are extra lonely and don't even have a man. All right. Then don't listen to the other. Here it is. You'll listen to the bosses at work. You'll listen to the dude at the job trying to get in your pants, but then you'll come home and give me strife. And I'm the one who's fighting in the fight with you. I'm leading the fight. All you got to do is comply. All right. All you got to do is we got to do this together. All right. I'm going to accept the fault. I'm going to accept the blame. I'm going to put the best foot forward. I'm going to, me being a man of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, Abaratazah. All right. I'm going to continue to walk after my power. All right. And walking after my power is going to lead us into the right direction. All right. So if I'm walking in the likeness of Yahweh Yahushua, we can't go wrong. But you want to listen to everybody else, do everything that everybody else does. You want to keep up with the fucking Joneses. Little do you understand that the Joneses are about to fucking die. All right? And them bitches are going bankrupt. So they're going to have a terrible time in Jacob's trouble before they die. All right? Everything that they have is vain. It's vanity. It is unprofitable. All right?
Luke 17, 32, and the next one is going to be serving.
Correct.
No, Ecclesiastes 7. Something 25. So it's Luke 17 and 31 says, in that day, he shall cannot, sorry, can I get the precept?
Yeah, you had it there like 3 times.
It says, obey them that have the rule over you and submit yourselves.
God, obey them who have the rule over you. Hey, when a man getteth a wife, he getteth a possession. Roughly paraphrasing scripture. Your husband has rule over you. You leave your father's house to go into your husband's house. All right? You take on your husband's name. Your husband shouldn't take on your name. All right? You receive. Your husband gives. You receive seed. He gives the seed. All right?
Just a football player that
Ricky Williams took his wife.
Oh,
that's a new thing.
yeah.
A woman shall confess it.
Yeah, that's
Little thing like that.
trash. All right?
Yeah, but y'all too.
Hey, do not do that. Do not do that. Do not. All right? It's a shame unto you. It's a shame unto you for you to take your wife's name. Okay?
Or even abbreviating it.
That's taking your wife's name. No way, shape, or form, however you want to look at it. You're changing your name from the lineage that you come from, right? And the lineage that you will continue through the development through your wife's womb.
And you know,
And a possession of her, Salakia. That's
you see the biggest, the celebrities that do that. One of the biggest people is Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, because she's Jada Pinkett Smith,
right.
She keep her name like you only got
Prominent and dominant.
you only got partial ownership of me, and we know that's true with what they into as well. Let me continue on this though. It says, for they watch for your souls, as they that must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you.
God, so hey, if I own something, all right, if something belongs to me, am I not going to take care of it, watch over it, and cherish it? All right, especially if it's my most prized possession. All right, if it's my most prized possession, if this woman, all right, is bringing me children, okay, helping continue my lineage through the will and power of Yahweh Shai, all right, how much more am I going to do for her? How much more better are we going to be?
And that really goes to the speaking about the angels.
Duality.
Yeah. Just it relates, because we watch over our women. That's a duty. One of the duties of a man,
right?
To take care of your household. This is Luke 17:31. Says, in that day, he which shall be upon the housetop and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away. And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. Remember Lot's wife.
God, remember Lot's wife. Remember the story of Lot, how she looked back. All right, if you are waking up to this truth through the will and power of Yahweh Shai, all right, don't look back. If this word resonates with you, all put your hand to the plow. You gear your mind. You open your heart. All right, your heart being your mind, to receive the instruction and the correction of Yahweh Shai. Don't lean upon your own understanding, even if something feels and sounds uncomfortable, because you're in a Western way of thinking. You know no better. All right, you have to put off that old woman, because we're essentially, this lessons for women. You have to put off that old woman and forget everything that you know.
And Jacob's trouble. A lot of women gonna be in the same case as Lot's wife. They're gonna be looking back at the not trying to move forward from things. They're gonna be stuck. They're gonna lose kids along the way. Some of them might not come back from that. The Lord could not put the spirit on them to endure that, and then they just bug out.
Right.
But that's the thing. You got to detach yourself from this way of life and way of thinking. That's gonna ultimately hurt you, and you're not gonna have no soundness of mind in those, or be, this is why it's important to meditate on Jacob's trouble.
Right.
Because really you're gearing yourself up for these afflictions that are about to endure, and comforting yourself through the scriptures.
And your sound, and Slaki, the soundness of mind that you're gonna get is through a man of Yahweh Shai. This is the only way. Hey, women shall be saved for childbearing. Right? This is the only way that you're really, truly, through the will and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, going to be able to make it. All right? Is by a man helping to guide you. All right? Whether you belong to him or you're saved for another brother. All right? It still has to be a man that's going to guide you through the will and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Why? Because men protect. Okay? And I'm not talking about like the story where the Jacob, went and protect some random ass woman and got beat up. All right. We're talking men of Yahweh Shai. All right. Protecting. All right. His daughters and his princesses. Okay.
Verse 83 says, "Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it."
All right, so if you're out to save your life and follow in the ways of this world, follow in the Western mentality, comply, all right, your compliance in this world, and deny Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, you will lose your life. All right, you will lose your life. But if you comply to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, you will gain your life, even if you physically lose it on this side. You will gain a more abundant, fulfilled life. All right, physically, spiritually.
Save his life. That Hebrew, or no, that's in the Greek. Slaki is Zuaganeo. The Strong's says the same. To engender alive, to rescue.
To rescue.
Be saved from death. Okay, but that's through salvation. So it goes with with Apostle Recall always say, whatever you're not, or he quotes the elder from Atlanta all the time. Whatever you're not willing to sacrifice is going to become the sacrifice.
God.
So being attached to these worldly things, man, they're not going to get you nowhere.
Throughout everything else.
Right. Put everything else second to or to none. Put Yahweh Bashem Yahushua first. In all things. Ecclesiastes 7:25.
Start at 25.
Yeah.
Okay. Ecclesiastes 7, starting at 25. I apply my heart to know, and to search, and to seek out wisdom, and the reason of things, and to know the wickedness of folly, even of folliness and madness.
No, we apply our heart to know. We apply our mind. We study these scripts. All right. We have Yahweh, Yahweh Shai leading us through the Spirit. All right. We show diligence to know these things, to make the unknown known by fasting, by praying, okay, by being taught through elders, men who've been in the faith longer, leading us, okay, but not just believing upon every word, but doing the research and giving your due diligence. All right, believing on the testimony of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. All right, this is what we believe in, and this is what it takes. It is of dire importance and necessary. Okay.
26. And I found more better than death the woman, whose heart is thorns and nets, and her hands as bonds. Whoso pleaseth the power shall escape from her, but the sinner should be taken by her.
Right.
More bitter than death the woman.
More bitter than death the woman. Hey, that's a bold, correct statement. It's a bold statement for this world. All right, but it's not bold for Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. All right, but it's a bold statement for this world. Find more better than getting tongue twisted. More bitter than death the woman. All right, take that into account. It says her heart is full of snares and traps. All right, and one, because most women out here aren't being led and guided in the right way. Hey, that's like idle hands.
And that even comes from men of our own nation too.
Yeah.
And really that's the the chastisement for Israel, is to have their women go off and treat them, because Jerusalem is likened to a tender and delicate woman. All right, so by us misleading, and going off, we disobeyed, our head. The men disobeyed our head, which is Yahweh Shai.
Right. Slakia. We are Yahweh Shai's woman.
Right.
Slakia. We are Yahweh Shai's woman. Slakia. I didn't mean to cut you off. We're Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's likened unto a woman. So it is for us to be obedient unto him. If we are not obedient unto him, which we weren't, how much more does it hurt to take your glory? Because what's the glory of a man? A woman. All right? The glory of a man is a woman. How much does it hurt to see the women of your nation and have your own woman turn on you? How much more did it hurt Lot? All right? In that case, to hear that. He said, you speak like one of those fucking heathen bitches. Excuse my French. But seriously, you speak like the heathen. That's big. And I'm Salaki. I didn't mean to cut you off, but it was right. It was right there. Like it is of dire importance that you understand that. We all have a place. We all have to answer to somebody. A woman's place is to answer unto her husband. Wives, be subject to your own husband. All right? It is order. It is order, order, order. If you don't have a husband, guess who you're subject unto? Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, until he places a Lord over you, a king over you. All right, that you can be a pillar of rest unto, and that he can provide you with a security and a pillar of hope and rest. All right.
27. Behold, behold, this have I found, said the preacher, counting one by one to find out the count. 28. Which yet my soul seeketh, but I found not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found.
So let's take that into account. Yeah, read it again.
Verse 28.
Just listen closely.
Which yet my soul seeketh, but I found not.
His soul seeketh and found not. Did not find. Did not find. His soul seeketh. Not just a physical, his soul. Okay? His soul seeketh. This is a physical and a spiritual. Okay, go ahead.
One man among 1,000 have I found.
One man amongst 1,000 men have he found faithful and true. Amongst 1,000 men in the room, only one of them are going to be faithful and true, standing up for the word of Yahweh Yahushai.
But a woman among all those have I found not.
But a woman amongst all those have he found not.
Or not found.
Not one. Not one. Give your women, give your wives respect unto them as the weaker vessel. You were that way and you were designed that way for a reason. So really, it's about respecting the design of Yahweh Yahushai, the divine order that you were placed in. You cannot you did not break the mold. All right. You were molded and fashioned to be exactly what you are for the purpose and the prophecy to be fulfilled as Yahweh Yahushai wanted it.
A lot of women just thought they about to be
Done.
trying these trying times that are ahead of them. So that's going to be the difference, you know, from them having a possibility of salvation or not.
Hey, it's you rather be disrespected and be a bed wench and have no order and think you're calling your own shots.
They just want to be, you know, women just want to be disrespected by themselves. But
Right.
when somebody else says it, then, oh, it's a problem.
Exactly.
You know, you get upset.
Full feminist movement.
But you call yourself, you know,
I'm a bad bitch.
bitches and sluts and
Hot girl summer. I'm going through my slut phase. What? But if a man calls you a slut, here it is. You puffing up at him and trying to get him to go to jail.
So what? They just
Folly.
ridiculous.
Straight up folly.
I got Job 39:17. Because the Most High hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding.
Right, because there is no wisdom and understanding in a woman. All right, this is Yahweh Yahushai saying this. He has not imparted it unto you. It was not given to you for a reason. All right, because we're not equals. This goes to prove that men and women are not equals. Period, point blank.
Ephesians 5:23.
All right, we are not equals. We can't be. All right, it messes up duality. If you're equal to me, how can that be duality? We're the same. It can't be. Okay?
Like that, 1 Timothy 2. What was he saying?
It was 9.
So just understand that duality, duality is is order. There has to be.
This is 1 Timothy 2, starting at 9. And the matter also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefulness and sobriety, not with bearded hair or gold or pearls or costly or
All right.
array.
All right.
Braided hair.
your weaves.
So that's how a woman's supposed to work, or represent themselves. And really, a woman is a representation of the man.
Right.
That's what a lot of women, forget to see. All right.
That was in the old days. All right. Back when your grandparents, all right, 2-3 generations back, right, where there was still some integrity, right? At least, even if she was doing dirt, she at least had respect enough to go across the tracks, not go next door. All right. She went to another state or another town. Not to say that's respectful, but it wouldn't be blatantly right in front of your face. Okay. There's no integrity. There's no nothing. All right.
It's the hot girl song.
Right. It's just complete madness and folly. Can you read broidered? It said broidered hair, so your weaves. All right, she should be shamefaced. All right, so she shouldn't be sitting there ready to look another man in his face. All right, tell him what he's gonna do and what she's gonna do and try to get his attention. All right, if she's in the car, she's not supposed to be looking around at the dude in the Maybach. Her eyes are supposed to be straight ahead, looking forward or looking at you in the Toyota Corolla that you're in.
And the term of the theology of the pimp was a woman's not even supposed to look at another man that needs to be taken.
Right. And essentially that's what it is. All right. It's you not having wandering eyes. Okay. There's a difference between conversing with men, all right, brothers in the faith, and a man saluting you as a sister, all right, and speaking to your man, but in comparison to you trying to sit here and be in his face and have a conversation and the whole 9 yards, like you two can be friends. We're gonna be buddies and we're gonna hang out on the weekend while my husband's at work. Hell to the no. All right. Hell to the no.
They said, or gold.
Or gold. So making yourself up, putting on all these earrings and gold and pearls and diamonds to be seen. Hey, the only man you need to be seen by is your husband. All right. You got him now. How to keep him? Figure out how to keep him. Do that. All right.
If you get that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
10. But which beforeth women profession godliness with good works.
Come. Here it is. You'll profess godliness with good works. All right. The only way that you can profess truly that godliness with good works is continue to do the things it is that you need to do. All right. Do the things that you need to do so that Yahweh Shai can make sure that you have that grace. All right.
11. Let the woman learn in silent with all subjection.
God, be silent and learn in all subjection. You shouldn't look unto every Tom, Dick, and Harry to find out what it is for salvation. Here it is. You're looking at your Creflo dollars. You're looking at all these the TDs fakes, and you're going to all these other certain church pastors and everything. And half of the time, those pastors are sleeping with those women. All right. If you want to learn something, learn it from your man. All right. He is the head over you. He is to guide you in the way. Because Abaratazah, all right, you're with the man of Yahweh Shai to lead you in the right direction to follow the step.
They don't want to, hear it from them, and they think, that because they with you, they're on the same level as you, so they got to go somewhere else.
Right.
That's the problem with the westernized thinking. All right, I got a quick brief.
Sure.
Isaiah 3:16 says, "Moreover, the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with their stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking as menacing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab of the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts.
God, hey, this was chiefly, all right, this is a curse unto the nation of Israel for the women. All right, the nation of Israel, the women, hey, what's the glory of a woman? Her hair. All right, here it is that half of you so-called Negroes, all right, are bald-headed. You heifers are bald-headed, doing weaves and so on and so forth. All right, this is a curse unto you. These Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, that it eases up a little bit in the Latino and Native American, but there's still some that are almost bald-headed.
Right.
All right, your hair falls out at a young age. Hey, this is walking with wanton eyes, wandering, looking at every Tom, Dick, and Harry to look at you, trying to get their attention. Why do you need all this attention, especially if you have a man? Here it is. If you would humble yourself down and put some fucking clothes on, somebody might truly look at you instead of just lusting after you. All right, the tinkling, hey, this is all that costume jewelry. That's all that, trinkets and bracelets that you got to have make yourself have a little bit, what do they call it in the server world, flair. All right.
Switching their hips.
Yeah, you've been switching your hips. Hey, look over here this way. Look at me. All right. If you don't,
shaking their ass.
right. Hey, you be in the club shaking your ass and you don't even really know how to wash your ass. All right. Here it is. Half of you don't even know how to take care of your feminine hygiene. You take showers like you're a man every day. All right. You're a woman. You don't take a shower every day. You should never really want to take a shower. All right. Not to say you can't, but just saying. You got to fix that pH balance. You shouldn't be walking around. You shouldn't be all liquored up. Okay.
So maybe
Right. Look. However they do it, like yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, moving around like hey, exactly. And thinking about it, it's like you got a demon on you, right? You can't sit still. Hey, to be humble, to be silent. All right. You moving around all the damn time. Hey, chill. All right. You are trying to be seen. You're doing too damn much. Okay.
11. Let the women learn in silence with all subjection.
Let women learn in silence in all subjection. All right. That goes for Jake too. All right. But if women first and foremost, but Jake, sometimes shut the fuck up. You might learn something. You got one mouth and two ears. Shut up. All right. Women, hey, don't speak unless you're spoken to in the church. All right. If you have any questions, ask your husband at home. And if he doesn't know it, he should be asking his elders. He should be asking men above him to get understanding for himself first and foremost, and then he can relay it unto you. But order first and foremost to relate unto you. But hey, that's the order of things. If you truly want to be a real woman of Yahweh Shai, you have to fall in order. You have to accept the account and what it is to be a woman of the nation of Israel in all aspects, in all fashions, excluding nothing. Okay? This is not going to be, it's not meant to be an easy walk. All right? Because here it is. hey, just as the men are all auditioning, all right, and predestinated, Abaratazah, we are those men for the 144,000 elect men, all right, the multitude of the 1/3 of the rest of the men, women, and children, all right, that will come and be saved, all right, are auditioning as well through the Spirit, believing on that account, rehearsing the righteous acts, getting back to the basics of their heritage, accepting the truth in its entirety, not a little here and not a little there, not following after this camp, following after that camp. Let the Spirit guide you where to go. All right. And the true doctrine is coming out of GMS from Apostle Tahar, Apostle Aramla, Apostle Rakah, all right, Apostle Gabar, the elders and the deacons and the men under them who follow the same doctrine in decency and order, who believe on the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, who believe that the RFID chip is the mark of the beast without wavering. All right. And this Babylon, aka Rome 2.0, will die by thermonuclear fire. America. Okay.
Going back to 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be silent.
Suffer not a woman to teach or to usurp authority over a man. You got that up already? Yeah, usurp.
Sir.
I thought you were gonna have it up, but you just said it so well.
Usurp authority. One word, it's a Greek word. Alternateo means one who with his own hands kills another or himself, one who acts on his own authority.
Acts on their own authority.
An absolute master to govern, exercise dominion over.
To exercise dominion over one. This is not for a woman to do, to have dominion over a man. This is that new thing in the earth. All right, because we went off as a nation, and once again, if we are the Most High's woman, right, and we went off from him, then he changed it around and made our woman go off from us. How much more does it hurt? Now that you had to learn the lesson firsthand, now you'll have more understanding. Now you'll get your shit together. Now you will get right. You will comply or you will die. But nevertheless, the lesson will be learned. Okay?
For Adam was first formed than Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
Hey, Adam was first formed, then Eve. Okay, so Adam, what came first, the chicken or the egg? The rooster, damn it. The rooster came first. Everybody forget about the rooster. Right? The rooster, hey, the rooster has so much courage. He believes and is so convinced. He believes that he rises the sun in the morning with his crowing. That's why I love roosters. Like seriously, one of my favorite animals. Crazy, but you know, that's how much faith that rooster has that he's the one that rises the sun in the morning with his crow. He gets up and crows. Read that one more time.
1 Timothy 2:14. Oh, you want to start at 14? And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
She was in the transgression. All right. She followed after that serpent. Listen to another man in her ear. Listen to her friends. You're following after the serpent when you listen to anybody besides your man. Because it's out of order. If you don't have a man, you should be listening to the Spirit and letting it guide you. If the Spirit says go here and you have fasted and prayed on it and something big, then you go there. If it is something in your spirit tells you, hey, go to this gas station over there, you go to that gas station. It might save you from a car accident. It might save you from a bum trying to rob you. All right? You have to take heed and listen to what the Spirit is telling you. Okay?
Not
Okay.
Sirach 25 and 24 says, a woman came beginning of sin, and through her we all died.
So the beginning of sin came through a woman. All right? The beginning, her following after that serpent was sin. Through her we all died. We're in this position, really, Eve, because of you. Not to say we don't have our part in it, right? Because Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is about duality. All right? You listen to him and we listen to you. That's the irony of the situation. Then you surpassed us. That new thing in the earth from us giving you that power when we were supposed to lead you. All right? It's your fault, but we have a fault in it too. This is what the men of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, want and pray for, to be back in order, for everything to go back in order, to know and to understand that the way of life and the way to a more abundant and fulfilled life is only order, and only Yahweh Shai can give it to us. All right?
15. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity, the holiness with sobriety.
You shall be saved in childbearing. Goes to show you that, hey, in the kingdom of heaven, you will do what you were designed to do, and really what you love to do, because you were designed to do it. Childbearing. All right, sobriety. All right, you shouldn't walk around drunk and shit-faced all day because your life is depressed. I'm so depressed in my life. I'm a career woman, and I have no kids, and I gave up my best years. Yeah, that's your own damn fault. All right, if you're feeling that woe is me spirit, it's your own damn fault. Because here it is, you had opportunity. All right, what is it that saying? Get it while the getting's good. All right, your best prime age, you're from from this world's age of 18 to 20, 18, 25. All right, 18 to 25. 20, we'll go as far as to even say 27. All right, those are your prime years.
Simon was always spoken about that like women on their later years, they too complicated.
Right, you're too complicated. Hey, right, hey.
And the most successful ones, have the highest standards, and pretty much no man is gonna meet their standards.
No, because you do it all for yourself, right? And then not only that, hey, your box has been used and abused by every Tom and Dick and Harry. Why? Because you wanted to play the field. All right. Hey, you lost the elasticity in your womb. It's throwing a hot dog down the hallway. All right. I'm just candidly speaking. All right. Nobody wants the OnlyFans girl to be their wife, unless you're just a fucking degenerate yourself. All right. That man. All right. Nobody typically wants her to be the wife. Typically. I'm not saying it can't happen. And I'm not saying that you don't deserve it. But if you do deserve a man, you need to amend and change your ways. Somebody might marry an ex-Playboy model or whatever, but typically they're not going to marry the centerfold while she's still in there. All right? Typically. But it has and does happen. Yeah, you good. Yeah.
This is Titus 2 and 3. It says the aged woman, likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given too much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children.
Hey, this was Lot's wife that she didn't do. Right? She was thinking about the times that she had in Babylon, or the times that she had in Sodom and Gomorrah, where, you know, she got drunk a little bit, got a little tipsy, right? And she was out with the girls or whatever, whatnot. And then here it is. She had what was most valuable to a woman, her husband and her children.
But yet she still looked back.
But yet she looked back because she wasn't satisfied. She had her hair too. She had her glory. She had all three. Right? It didn't say she was bald-headed or anything like that. Right.
I gotta. So to be discreet, you know, these are qualities of a good one. Now, this is what, as it says in verse 3, it says that they be in behavior as becoming holiness. So this is what makes the women, the righteous women, you know, of our nation, you know, holy. So this is separation. This is to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed.
That's taking it back to Job's wife. All right? That the words of the Most High be not blasphemy. She blasphemed his name. Essentially blasphemy the word. Because Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Yahushua is the word.
So, man, 6, and then likewise exhort to be sober-minded, and you know, being sober-minded starts with the following the right doctrine.
Oh.
Because it's likened to be a drunkard or a drunk, you know, with the doctrine of that strange woman, you know, or any false doctrine, you know, but it's also likened to a strange woman. But when you're drunk, you don't think straight.
Right.
So the ways of this world, you know, made our people drunk. You know,
Following after that vain lust.
following after after women being leaders and not the men that were appointed. You know.
And Salaka, it's like that. It's just like that Jake. You know, what did he say? He said, you know, I seen a good-looking woman. He's getting attacked, and then basically I stepped in. Why? Because she was good-looking.
That's beat.
Right here it is. 30. Where was it? No more than 3 minutes later, he's waking. He's in the ambulance. He wakes up 30 minutes later.
Where's she at?
And she's gone. She didn't even stick around to be a pillar of rest unto him. Yeah, she didn't even say thank you. She just moved on.
She started the whole mess.
Right. And hey, you know what? She probably knew the dude, and they probably back together right now. All right. She probably posted bail for this nigga. Hey man, leave that shit alone. If it don't belong to you, let her alone. Right?
But next one.
What was the next one? What was the other one?
Proverbs 15,
22. Oh, I got that right.
This is in Sirach 26 and 14. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord.
Wait a minute. Read that again. Listen very closely to this. A silent and loving woman is a gift from the Lord. Because 9 times out of 10, all men want is a peace of mind. All right, not to be nagged at and yapped at. All right, give that man a time so he can get his mind together when he comes home from work. All right, when he's doing a project, when he's doing the work of Yahushua, when he's after he comes from the highways and byways, give him some time. All right, and this is a gift. Read that one more time, and I'm gonna let you read through it, Salakia.
A silent, and this is Sirach 26 and 14. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed.
Oh, all right, and then There's nothing better, well worth than a mind well instructed. Why? Because your man is supposed to lead you. Therefore, he's instructing you on what to do and how to do it. The reason being why, if I care about you and you're a prize unto me, you're a possession unto me, why would I hurt myself?
Ephesians 5:28 says, "So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself."
He that loveth his wife loveth himself. So I'm not going to tell you do anything that I wouldn't do myself. All right. What I tell you is going to be in the lot and the order of a woman. But therefore, I'm going to do the duality in comparison to the position in that as a man. Because I'm following after the way of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai.
Verse 29 says, "For no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourisheth and cherisheth it, even as the Lord the church. For as we, members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bones, for this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, shall be joined unto his wife, and they two shall be one flesh."
Hey, we became one. All right. We became one through the consummation of the marriage, but we became one. Why? Because we're on one accord. All right. You're following my lead. These are the things that are going to lead us into more abundance, into a better position. All right. To a better position and to obedience for in compliance of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Why? Because the goal here is to get the basic instructions before leaving earth so that we may have an abundant and more fulfilled eternal life. Okay.
I got Proverbs 18:22. It's Proverbs 18:22. Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing, and obtain favor from of Yahweh Shem Shai.
God, so whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing. Don't think that brothers get a woman and just tyrants. Oh, you're going to do what I say, blah, 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 blah. No, hell no. We love our wives. All right? Each and every brother that is married should love their wife. All right? If you don't, then there's something wrong with you. All right? If she's out of order, it's for you to correct her and help her get her in order through the will and power of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. You're supposed to lead, men. Remember yourself to be men. Remember your position. Because in essence, she's looking for guidance. The guidance that she needs is that the guidance of a man. Why? Because wisdom does not dwell with women. It was not imparted unto her.
She needs the most she
God.
don't need. It is exactly what she thinks she don't need.
Right.
That's the complex, situation that we're in as men. That the woman thinks that they know what's best for themselves, but yet can't figure out what they want to eat for dinner.
God.
You ask them a simple question like we did, at the bar. We had asked the bartender what would be a good night or a good weekend. She couldn't answer.
Right. And gave her no limitation.
Right. Anything possible to come up with one has a chance. I want to get massage, go watch a movie, go.
She wanted to be a drunkard. At the end of it all, she just said, "You know what? I just want to be a drunkard. I just want to go."
Give her some options. Like, yeah, that sounds.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I was.
So,
don't know what for themselves or what they even like. But they want to try everything.
right.
That's the difference, in the kingdom. The woman is you're gonna give them things that you like, and they gonna
Continue their. I mean, you're gonna have your
they
own,
gonna have their
own hobbies.
But
If
it's
you
like,
want to paint, want to, whatever.
we're gonna accept that,
Tell them.
Right.
This
For
is
like the food and everything, that order is gonna be established for men. Easiest way to say it. They ain't gonna have to experience eating violence, even though we're gonna have those laws in our inward parts. That option isn't gonna be there. That what's it called? Existential crisis.
okay.
When you got so many unlimited options, you can't make up your mind. You can't make up your choice because of the
The
abundance of options. All right, that's not going to be available to you. But hey, the righteousness is.
Got it. Hey, and through this, hey, even the heathen will rejoice. All right.
Right.
Hey, all women of every nation will be better off. All men of every nation will be better off. All right, except for Esau, Edom, they'll be done away with. But through that 1,000 years, they'll be better off. Okay.
This is Sirach 36:24. It says, "He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest."
God, he that getteth a wife giveth a possession. All right, so that man, your husband, hey, as you left your father's house and went into your husband's house, all right, as you took off, Slovakia, as you left your last name, all right, in this world, as you left your last name and put on his name, all right, once that consummation is made, once that hymen is broken, all right, and if you don't have a hymen, once you decide to be, you and that man decide to be together and he goes unto you, he is now your Lord. He is now your essence. I know you might not like the way I'm going to say it, but he is your owner. He owns you. All right. He gets to take ownership of you. All right. Even through certain circumstances, whether it be physical, financial, or whatever. Nevertheless, that man has taken you on as part of himself. All right. Nothing can change with the consummation. Just bind it together. Spiritually. So know if you're with a man of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, you belong to that man. All right. A man getteth a possession, but remember, read that one more time.
So, Sirach 36:24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself,
A help unto himself,
and a pillar of rest.
and a pillar of rest. Right? There is nothing better to a man than to have a woman who is a rest unto you. All right? That helps you, that listens to you when you need to just release and laugh. All right? When you just want to hold and talk. When you can let your guard down as a man to an extent. This is your pillar of rest. Because what? The glory of a man is a woman. Right?
Says, where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. And he that has no wife will wander up and down mourning.
Hey, he that have no wife will wander up and down mourning. That's why you see these jakes out here bugged out. All right. That's why you have all these men doing all these wicked atrocities. All right. Because they're upset that they have no women. All right. They go postal and hate females.
I've seen, getting reported to and go out with some, over a woman.
Right. Hey, because the glory of a man, once again, is a woman. But the glory of a man of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is first and foremost the wisdom for us. She's likened unto a woman.
See, and right now, the women, majority of women don't have that hedge.
God.
All right, the hedge is a protection.
Hey,
Right? Like in the old days, you'd have your sons, go out in the field and watch over the women, when they were doing whatever they were doing.
hey, that's in the Middle East. That's what they do.
But without that protection, that possession is spoiled, as the scripture said. They get ran through and do whatever as they please, because they're not a constant watch.
Give not thy liberty for women to gather abroad, roughly paraphrasing scripture. All right. A woman should, through the Spirit, not be able to go and do what she wants to do and not have to answer where she is.
Have no order in things, because that's how you get the society that we're living in right now.
God.
They ain't got all the way what it could be, Lord willing, the Most High don't allow that to happen.
God. Hey. Your brother's got anything else?
Pocket would be here 3 days ago, or 10 days ago. Without
You got anything?
Probably would have been about it, but you already said it. You said it. Yeah, you said it.
All right. With that, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. We want to give all the honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children. All right. To the Bayash double dot, the house of David. And to the elect, we say, Kwam Yasharallah. Salaki, I had a hiccup. Shalom.